Today's main topic is culture shock, and then I just want to know the difference of culture. Where are you from?
We are from Germany.
Germany. What brought you to Japan?
Actually, 10 years ago, I was an exchange student in Japan already, but in Tokyo. And this is our honeymoon.
Oh.
So we are doing a round trip through Japan. Because of the pandemic, we were like waiting for a really long time because we got married in 2020, actually, like in April, just when the pandemic started.
Oh my god.
And we wanted to come to Japan, so it took like 3 years that we are able to do this trip now.
Today's main topic is culture shock. And then did you notice about
Like the main thing that's Japanese service design. Oh, like it's so great. Like it's really easy to find things and it's really organized. Like when you just like when we had to take the Shinkansen, it's so good that like on the ground there are lines that you know how to line up, where are like seats that are reserved, non-reserved seats. We didn't know about that. And like already like the design in Shinkansen, where you put your bag, where you put your trash, and they think about so many things. Like I think Japanese people are amazing hosts.
do you feel like this is not good culture?
Work-life balance. I feel sometimes sorry for the Japanese people. I know that for Japanese people, like
Wearing
your
a
job
suit.
is like part of their identity, I guess. So that they put so much of their time into their job. But I think it's not healthy. Like in Germany, if your boss would ask you like, oh, can you stay a little bit longer? We would be like, no, I want to go home now. I want to like relax and do my stuff. You don't pay me for that.
I see.
So that's the only thing that I feel sorry for the Japanese people, to be honest. Like,
Like a priority.
yeah,
is,
I'm pretty sure there are deeper struggles that I'm not able to grasp as a foreigner. For example, like Japanese people not having enough kids. In Germany, it's getting pretty similar, I think. And I think work-life balance is a part of it. That fathers have to stay at their job, mostly not being able to connect with their families and their wife, drifting apart. It's pretty sad, I think. I think there's a lot of stress doing work.
could you tell me your country's good culture?
Work
Like-
culture?
Better than Japan.
What is better in Germany than in Japan? Yeah, work-life balance. It's the only thing. Like we are from Berlin, and it's a really free-spirited town. Like if you compare it to other cities, then it's really different. I'm pretty sure that if other Germans will see that video, they will comment and talk shit about Berlin for a reason also. But we really like it that there's like a little bit more freedom of expression, and that you really take your time to do whatever you love. And it's just, not that much pressure work-wise.
Last one. You can speak Japanese, right? Because you exchange to Japan. Can you talk a little bit Japanese?
実はたくさん忘れちゃったね。
忘れちゃった。
生活について話せるですけど、でも今ドイツには日本人の友達がいないから練習できません。だからたくさんわかるけど、自分でなんていう話すことはちょっと下手になっちゃった。ごめんなさい。
すごい上手です。ありがとうございました。
バイバイ。
ありがとう。また楽しんでください。
ありがとうございます。
Where are you from?
We're from Nepal.
Nepal. For trip?
No, we stay here.
Oh, stay here like studying abroad?
We're living in Japan for 8 years now. We're university first year students.
I see. What major in?
We're majoring what?
Majoring-
Global something.
Global something.
Service communication. Yeah.
Why you decided to come to Japan to run that kind of stuff?
No, we don't have a specific reason, but my father is working here, both my parents, so
I see.
Yeah, both of us.
yeah,
Same.
we didn't want to
Sister?
stay alone there.
No, we're friends.
Friends, I see. That's cool. Today's main topic is culture shock. I mean, the difference of culture. Of course, both of them okay. Japan is good for blah blah or bad for blah blah. Anything is okay. It's just you feel something. I want to know that.
I only find good things about it.
Yeah,
What points?
safe.
Safe.
Safe, yeah. Accepting. They accept every
Yeah.
culture.
When do you feel Japan is really safe? Like
When we go out in nights,
Yeah.
it's very safe. It's not like that in Nepal.
in Nepal, you cannot
Yeah.
work at the night. I see. What about the daytime? Is it safe?
Daytime, yeah, every time. Japan is safer than, like, comparison to Nepal. It's safer.
in Nepal to walk around the city in the daytime? Is it?
Yeah, it's
No.
okay daytime, but
Uh-huh.
still it's dangerous sometimes. But yeah,
Mhm.
here we can get out anytime. Like our parents allow us. Yeah.
Sometimes you want to go back to Nepal.
Yeah. And
it's
yeah,
just like that.
I just remember that
Mhm.
Japan is stressing.
Mm.
Stressful, yeah.
Mhm.
Stressful. We have to work a lot
Yeah.
to survive.
Uh-huh. In Nepal, they work more like
It's more
them-
relaxing.
Do you like
Meals,
Japanese food or Nepal food?
Nepali food.
おー
慣れてきて、ここの方がいいと思う。
あ、ここのめっちゃ上手。
慣れてきたら日本の方がいいと思ったんだけど、でもまだちょっと慣れてない。
で、2週間前帰国してきたんですよ。
あ、ネパールから。
で、ずっと日本にいるんですよ。
日本語めっちゃペラペラですよね。あすいません
私も8年以上経ちました。今日本語の
ほう
指導員やってます。
めっちゃ英語で話しかけちゃった。ごめんなさい。
It's okay. We can speak English too. Anything.
ネパール料理でおすすめの料理ありますか？
桃。
もう一
桃
番
ですね。
へー桃って肉のフルーツ？
違いますね。桃って餃子みたいな。
あ、なるほど。
ちょ
へ
っと見せますね。
肉から作られたもの。
へー。なんか小籠包みたいな。
小籠包みたいな
みたいな感じ
ちょっとでも、
中
ちょっと味違う。
へー。
どこにも売ってるネパール料理屋さんだと。
そうなんです
食べてみ
ね。
てください。
なんか東京でネパール料理ここ美味しいよみたいなあったりします。
東京だと、ローカル渋谷。
渋谷。日本料理なんかこれ嫌いだなみたいなあったりします。
嫌いのはないです。
へー。
嫌いのはね。
でも
ない
初めて日本
あ
来るときは納豆とか
あ
苦手だ
ー、確かに慣れないと。
それは
そうそうそう。
それはまだ慣れてない。
まだ慣れてない。まだまだ
美味。しい今のは。
あ、今美味しいと思いますか？
私はまだ
今のところ
慣れてない。
は美味しい。
なるほど。
まだ慣れない
ありがとうございます。Where are you from?
I was born in Texas, in America,
Oh,
and then we were there for a few years, and then we moved to France.
France.
So I lived in France for 8 years,
Oh.
and then we moved back to America
Uh-huh.
for another few years, and I go to university in Canada.
What brought you to Japan?
So right now I study, it's not really a perfect translation in Japanese, but toshikeikaku is the closest translation, kind of like urban design, city design. And the city design here is completely different than
Really?
anything I've ever
Which one?
experienced. Yeah, density. Well, that's what I was going to bring up for one of your questions, actually. Like, what's so different? Like, the density. It's so much, like, the amount of people in one area or buildings in one area is so, like, dense.
Oh, I see.
When I first got here, I felt maybe a little claustrophobic. Now I'm totally okay with it. It's just, like, you get used to it. But I know when I first got here, I was like, that's a lot of people.
Because Japan is
You get
so
used to it. You
small,
get used to it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's super interesting. Yeah.
When it comes to manner in Japan, everyone is really polite, you know.
Very.
Yeah, I know.
Especially in Osaka, people are very, very
Especially
welcoming.
in Osaka?
Very, very welcoming.
Oh, compared with Tokyo or like
A little bit. So
or-
I have some friends who are studying in Tokyo, and
Oh.
they're saying like people are not rude, but they're
but like cold.
a little colder. They're not willing to make friends. Whereas here, like I've just like kind of like bumped into people like at a I don't know, izakaya or something like that, and like it's like the next week I'm like, hey, yo nomimasu ka? Nomimasu. like
Did you do that today?
no, not today, not today. I was just meeting up with Wes today, but no, it's good though. It's good. Very, very welcoming people. All the people I've met, I've been very polite. I will say the politeness is something that I actually like find very good, because in Canada we're also very polite. Like I have not had like a lot of my Ryugakusei friends have had actually like a trouble apologizing so much because they're not used to it. Whereas like for me, I'm just like, we say sorry all the time in Canada. So it's like it's the same thing. So like yeah, that one's pretty funny.
But sometimes foreigners, especially travelers, feels a little bit scared about manner because they're not sure they are doing behind the.
Oh, for sure. What I've done, and this is like, because here's the thing, as a foreigner, you don't know.
Anything.
Right? I don't know anything before I came here, right? So what I would just do is I would just ask people. That's all I did. I would literally just ask people. And I was like, hey, am I doing this wrong? Because nobody will tell you. Nobody will tell you. Back in America, people will tell you.
Oh,
If
really?
you're doing- Yes.
Oh.
They'll yell at you.
We
Yeah,
gotta
they'll
feel
yell.
it. We
They'll
gotta
tell
feel it in Japan.
Yeah, here you can like feel it. You'll get like
Yeah.
a side eye maybe,
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, and I'll usually just like ask them like,
Uh-huh.
oh, sumimasen. Like I'll be like all nervous,
Yeah.
and then they'll be super nice, explain it to you, and usually like they're very kind because you're trying to learn, right? So if you're a foreigner, my advice is just ask, just ask. It's just
I see.
ask.
Yeah, because Japanese people are really shy, so
Mm.
we are not trying to talk to the people.
Mm,
But if we are talked by the people, it's really fun, and then we
Yeah.
want to make
Yeah,
a real
all you have to do is
friends,
ask. No one's gonna tell you.
Uh-huh.
You just have to ask.
I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
What's your name?
What's your name? My name's Conrad.
Conrad.
Yeah.
Oh, and what's your name?
Kelly,
Where are you from?
America,
America.
Mhm.
Which state are you?
Kansas.
Kansas. That's
Yeah.
cool. Are you in a trip or
I live
living?
here, yeah.
Oh, like your husband is living in Japan?
My husband's Japanese. Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's cool.
Yeah.
Why you decided to come to Japan?
I was in high school. I had a really good friend that was
Mhm.
a Japanese exchange student,
Mhm.
and I just really like Japanese history and
Mhm.
culture. So I did an exchange program when I was in college, and
see.
I liked it. So I decided.
Since then, you were living in Japan, or you back to America?
I had to go back and graduate, and then came
I
back.
see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you're living in Japan for a long time.
Almost 10 years. Yeah.
Oh, so you can speak Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Today's main topic is culture shock.
Oh yeah.
And then I just want to know the difference of culture.
Mhm.
Some people feel like we want to know the good Japanese culture, but I also want to know bad or like
Yeah.
you don't like food.
Sure, sure.
So can you tell me that?
There's so many things to talk about. So I guess it depends on what kind of topic in specific
Mm.
you want to know about.
Mm,
I don't know. I guess as a mother, and I had him here in Japan, and
Mhm.
so that was a whole new kind of form of culture shock for me. I guess one instant. I guess sometimes I felt that the doctors can be a bit cold to mothers, pregnant mothers, and
Uh-huh.
stuff in Japan.
Mm.
They're very strict on weight,
Mhm, mhm.
and my doctor told me on my very first visit not to gain any weight,
Oh.
that I was obese,
Uh-huh.
and that was a really kind of bad culture
I
shock
see.
for me. But I don't know, there's still a lot of great culture shocks as well.
Mm.
I mean, the typical one that a lot of people are figuring out about is how people will kind of
Mhm.
let their kids go to parks and
Mm.
stuff all by themselves without
Mhm.
any parents. That's
Mm.
pretty interesting.
So Japan is kind of safe place. So
Yeah.
you don't feel
No, it's safe,
Uh-huh.
but this is so many different
Uh-huh.
levels of
Uh-huh.
safety
Uh-huh.
because like you can still get hit by a car.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So-
Exactly.
So, but I mean, I think that's really interesting factor.
I see.
Yeah, or raising children in Japan
Oh, yeah.
or in America.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's so hard. There's good on both
Mm,
sides,
mm.
obviously. I think raising from the economicals aspect, it's great raising kids here in Japan because
more cheaper.
it's ridiculous. Like his healthcare,
Uh-huh.
everything. Like he went to the dentist
Uh-huh.
free,
Ah,
all up until
yeah.
they're like what 15 or
Uh-huh.
something.
Uh-huh.
America, it's not like that.
I see.
You know, and I mean, there's lots of great greenery and
uh-huh.
like safety is a good aspect, but I feel in terms of friendliness, making friends, it's very hard in Japan. So in that aspect, I feel in a lot of ways it's easier to make friends. Like not just for me, like him as well. Playmates, it's a lot easier in America.
I see.
So again, it just depends on what aspect
uh-huh.
you're looking at.
So both of them have good point in the bad
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
I see. Thank you.
Yeah.
And the last question.
Yeah.
I want to know your favorite American culture.
Saying hello, like talking to strangers.
More friendly.
Yeah, to strangers. Like, I mean, anybody, you're just hanging out
Mhm.
in the elevator
Uh-huh.
and they'll just like talk to you or like give compliments like that. I miss that connection with people,
Okay.
strangers. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
That's all the question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. So, oh my gosh. So
I know, yeah.
cute.
You're a little shy today, huh?
Maybe a lot of people comment like, "Oh, he's so cute."
That's another thing too. Yeah, I mean he's beautiful. I love him very much. But I mean, sometimes I also feel just because he's half, there's a lot of he's cute because he's half. You know, and that's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, it could
The
be.
Japanese kids are just as adorable. They're so cute.
Oh, really?
Yes, super
You
cute.
can talk to the mic.
Hi. Gonna say something?
Nothing.
Nothing. All right, we were looking at it. That works too.
Okay, thank you for your company.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Mr.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.